Okay, so for this one, people wanted us to talk about this, and there's a lot to read about it, but there's honestly not a whole lot of really big things to say about it because the report about this is not entirely released, but you might have things that you know about this.
Who, me?
So, yeah. So there's a special counsel that was tasked with investigating the LAPD. Like, they made a separate department to look into this one thing.
Internal affairs?
Yeah. And what they're tasked to look over is they need to uncover the growing threat of deputy gangs in the police department. You ever heard about that?
I have.
There's deputy gangs.
It's been around forever.
In the sheriff's department. In the sheriff's department for sure. LAPD, I don't know, but I'm sure it's probably.
Is this in?
Oh yeah, LAPD.
Is this
LA County
in
Sheriff's
LA
Department?
County?
Yeah.
LA County Sheriff's Department for sure and confirmed. Yeah.
I think it was. There was this huge scandal in the '90s. Before that, there was one with the Norwalk Sheriff Department, I believe, or one of those, right? And the neo-Nazi gang infiltrated the police force.
Whoa.
And they were basically caught. Their model was to catch as many black guys as possible and frame them and put them to jail. All this stuff.
Plant evidence.
It was like a crazy conspiracy, not a conspiracy, but like a real scandal that went down. Like they were planting drugs, they were doing, and then,
damn.
And also like they had like swastika tattoos, and they're just like gang members. And then from the leadership all the way down, like they were recruiting and all this stuff. And I'm like, dude, that was a pretty wild thing in the '90s. But yeah, when gangs infiltrate the law enforcement, that shit's crazy.
Some of their deputy gang names are like, there's the Banditos, Executioners, Regulators, Spartans, Reapers, Wayside Whiteys, and the 3000 Boys.
They're all from different deputy stations.
Like Orange County.
So Banditos is the East LA one.
Yeah.
The Spartans, I forgot where they're from, but yeah, they're all, each station has their own gang.
I'm surprised it took this long to break out this news.
Maybe.
Are they all neo-Nazis?
No.
Maybe the Whiteys, the West Side Whiteys.
The Banditos are mainly.
Yeah.
The Banditos are mainly
It was
Hispanics.
weak in the 20s when they made it.
What about the Mr. 3000s? Who are they? Like, what? Why?
Just
What?
Bernie Mac in that one.
Yeah. Home Run Derby.
What is like a deputy gang culture like in general?
So from the little that I've heard, is the first requirement. There's 3 rules you have to do. 1, you have to have smoke someone on duty. The second one, you had to have cheated on your wife, but you have to have another member
Witness it?
witness it. And the third one is another made member nominates you.
Whoa.
Because a lot of it is kind of like training day, where it is career driven. So you have to be nominated by someone else that was already made.
And then everybody's got to have like kind of like some dirt on everybody.
Yeah, and then it's
Wow.
yeah, but it's like literally like a mafia almost.
And they make money by stealing from gangs. So like they'll do a drug bust, they'll do a gang bust, and then they'll just like the money Pocket
E
the
E
cash. Yeah, basically.
It's like the Shield. It's like that Rampart shit.
Yeah.
They were doing all that.
But most of it is, I mean, they're still like cops, right? So they're like, the goal is to stay on the books and progress in a career. So most of it is trying to be more legit.
Within the confines of the law.
Yeah. So like I rather, instead of taking $500,000 from this drug bust, that if I got in trouble, I'm gone and my kids are all fucked, you get me that new detective position that pays an extra $100,000 a year for the next 20 years. I'd rather have that. So it's like career driven. Yeah.
So the rewards are in the promotions.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just talking about rumors too that I hear, but
I mean, it's not entirely unfounded. I mean, there was one long article that was detailing the experience from like a female person in the department.
sheriff department?
Yeah, and her account's pretty rough too. It's like she was saying that like they'll pressure like other women in the department to sleep with them, and if you don't, then they just screw your career over collectively.
Holy shit.
There's stuff like that too.
Yeah, because they're all so connected. It's not as like, even though that sounds like a normal, regular thing, maybe that's, oh, you don't want to sleep with me? All right, I'll make sure you never work again. But it's like for real. It's
Like pressure from a gang.
It's like instant. Like as she said, as soon as she denied them then like the entire department ignored her, and like she just had the worst time.
The thing is too with her, she probably got close enough where they had that influence too.
Yeah.
Because our buddy who's in the sheriff, like I'd ask him like, did anyone ever pose any like whatever to you, or like, you know, because a lot of these things, kind of like with their boy, what's his name again? The guy that's been in jail.
Oh, Herc?
Yeah, Herc.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, people play mind games, right? So it's on both sides. So it's like, you do this favor for me, I do this favor for you. You start bending the rules, and then they're like, okay, then you're kind of like under my influence.
Yeah.
Our buddy is so fucking squeaky clean.
He's so clean.
He's kryptonite to all these guys. Cause I would ask him, I'm like, how come did anyone ever? He was like, no, everyone knows that I'll just straight rat on people.
Right.
So he was like, so he has it. But I know other sheriff department people.
Our buddy is like, he's so proud of his identity of being a cop.
That's who gave him a jaywalking ticket.
Yeah,
He's part of the,
He would give us tickets.
he's part of the G-Shock Virgin group.
G-Shock Virgin.
But he is the top in his department. Like, he crushes it every single time. Like, he's the kind of guy that's like, where's all the shootings and actions? That's where I'm going. And then he'll be the top dog, arresting everybody because he's like, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. Right? The biggest hall monitor. But he's always like going and getting promotions. Now he's a detective. Now he's doing this. Now he's doing that. But it's like, he's so to the books that he won't even use company shit for like personal.
He wouldn't even write off like things incorrectly.
He wouldn't bring a pen home, dude.
Yeah, he's like that.
He'll give himself a ticket.
But also with the gangs, there's good and bad. Where like the good part, why they even form that, just like how every gang, it's like even Asian gangs, right? It's like, oh, we gotta stand up for the neighborhood. For them, it's because so many police departments are so locked down by politics, they feel like they can't do policing. They obviously know this guy's fucking bad in this neighborhood, supplies drugs to all the kids, runs prostitute rings, but because of politics or whatever, catch and release, we can't get rid of him, whatever.
I see.
They're like, well, we're gonna have to do things our way.
Got it.
And then what is something we can lock them up? So a lot of these things also happen in that way. So because of that, a lot of people in the police department, they almost feel it as if it's a necessary evil because they can actually clean up the neighborhoods. It just so happens that they're also benefiting too.
They're not blocked by bureaucracy.
Yeah, just like how nothing is pure black and white. It's like once you feel the power, then they become that too. But there is like good to it
But don't we
too.
also need to have a DA who wants to do something about this kind of shit too?
Or they can just go like, hey, we'll take this guy out, and somehow we smoked them. I don't know what happened. He fired at me, you know, and then just like literally in Training Day, we're like, oh, we'll put the gun in his hand. Oh, fucking Mr. C, who was plaguing the neighborhood that we could never put away, never get a search warrant for, shot at us, so we killed him.
Right.
It's like now we got the guy. Yeah.
And it's just like very good cooperation between all the members.
Yeah.
Right. Damn. Yeah, they're trying to, I guess, like there's a 70-page report that's out that's detailing kind of, probably has a lot of names and receipts in it too.
Everybody.
But yeah, that's the LA County Sheriff.
I'm surprised this stuff doesn't happen more often, huh?
I guess now is
It's pretty obvious. A lot of names in there. Banditos and this.
Well, as far as like from other police departments, is outside of just like the sheriff.
Oh, I bet
right?
there's a lot.
Yeah,
I bet
right?
there's a lot.
I'm sure even fire has these types of shit too.
Yeah, probably.
Fire department probably got some cliques that are dangerous.
They're probably just hanging out at the firehouse.
Washing the car. Turning the fires on.
Shit.
The what was it?
This is like any organization though, like the Catholic Church, right? Like every couple of years we hear more shit, and like, oh no, we're cleaning it up now. And then a couple years go by, and the cancer grows again, and like, oh no, we're doing something about it. Don't worry.
That's exactly what they're calling it, is a cancer. And I guess like timing wise, it sort of makes sense because there's such a growing disdain for like police and authority from citizens.
But is there any institution that has power that is without corruption?
Absolutely not.
I feel like PETA.
Literally not.
The best that we can do is keep at least chopping off the head of the snake so they don't stay in power too long. So like it's almost like it's inevitable, right? Like things like this will happen if it's not out in the open, or like they can't effectively do their job, then they're gonna have to be illegal. So if there's there's issues in the system for them being able to carry out their job, or like let's say they don't get paid enough, because like in other countries, cops are super way more corrupt because they don't make enough. And they're easily corrupted by drug lords that will pay them way more or whatever, right? So then once those systems are fixed, then we can guarantee more of a, I guess, like, you could trust the people of authority. I don't know. But then when is there enough of a checks and balance where things like this don't happen? But I almost feel like it will happen anytime there's unchecked power.
Well, it's also hard to say because, like Bart said, like some of the corruption is happening for what they believe is a greater good. So, right. I mean, great things have happened due to corruption that we have benefited from.
The biggest reason why they wanted to get rid of Villanueva, which is the past sheriff, is they asked them, they're like, what do you think about all these gangs in the sheriff's department? And he's like, just straight up like, what gangs?
Oh, okay. Jesus, he's like that guy being asked about the coffee shop.
All cops that I know, all sheriff's department people.
That's such an obvious answer.
Nah, man, nothing.
They love him because he's been the one that's been battling our DA the most, and he's the one I think he's saying which gangs because he knows these guys are actually putting bad guys away. Versus now the new guy, it seems like everyone thinks he's a pussy because he's the guy that goes, "Yep, we sure do have gangs." And then he's also, now he's also.
Hate that guy.
Everyone, I don't know too many people that like the new one, Luna or something.
Because he's a nerd?
Yeah. He's a nerd. Yeah. He's outing his own people.
Like
yeah.
But then at the same time, he is getting rid of the gangs though. So it's like, I don't even know, dude.
What's the right answer?
I'm on the gang side now that I heard Bart.
Yeah, that's kind of like when you said that they're like kind of putting away people that, because they know that they'll just get held up by red tape.
Yeah, they're
it's a little
planting evidence on them. All the real good guy shit.
After he shoots him, takes some good guy shit.
Like, don't worry, he was a bad guy. Don't worry.
It's my deposit.
But Luna is one of the people that is like working very hard to fix this.
Yeah, that's why motherfuckers hate his ass. He's a hall monitor.
I feel like every group, a secret organization, they feel like they're necessary and they have to do it for their own good. Because everyone has their own idea of what's right.
Right.
So.
But even our square ass friend fucking hates Luna.
I know, even he hates it?
Even he hates
Wow.
Because even he sees like, I do these gangs, I would never touch them, but they do some good sometimes.
Yikes, to hear that. Damn, that's a pretty powerful opinion.
He sent me a video. He last year or 2 years ago, he got promoted to detective. So he's like, he's the one that's putting cases together, sending it to judges and DAs and stuff. He sent me a video of his fax machine coming in and all these cases just getting declined. Like 13 of them in a day. He's like, this one, clear. I have like literally like fingerprints on the gun type shit. Decline. He's like, I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing, dude.
Dude, imagine doing all that work just for it to get declined, bro.
I wonder what's happening.
How much with the Wayside Whiteys?
Because at the top, it's all political agenda. Yeah. Right? So at the top, why are they doing that? That's why I want to know. Like, it's like before they were catching people, now it's just like, nah. But why?
So who are they catching then, dude?
Can I be in the Wayside Whiteys?
We'll cut it and we'll talk about it.